So, Norma, you've been working hard on helping the Souls to the Poles transportation group organize rides for people. Tell me what's going on.
Well, we just started this about 3 weeks ago. So we have come a very long way. We have around 50 volunteers. They're from all across the country. I've got volunteers from Alaska, volunteers from California, DC, Maine. And then, of course, we've got local volunteers. So what those volunteers are doing, they're helping our people get to the polls. And we're doing that by offering them free pickups from Lyft or Uber to take them to vote, because this is a critical election. And we know that according to the data, about 16% of people cannot make it to the polls because of lack of transportation. And so we're here to fill that gap, fill that void, and really make sure that we turn out the vote. And of course, we've seen the long lines. We know that people are stepping forward, and we certainly want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to have their voices heard, that they can cast their vote. And so that's what we're doing.
Now, Norma, a lot of people are concerned right now about COVID. You know, we wear our masks when we go out, and we're careful. What is being done to secure the rides to make sure that people are protected from COVID?
Well, that concerned us when we first started looking at how we could offer rides. We looked at doing our own, volunteer drivers. And in fact, we had a number of people who wanted to drive. But we were so concerned about putting them at risk. We were concerned about putting the other volunteers that needed to support them at risk. And so we turned to the option of getting funding to help us pay for Uber and Lyft transportation. And the reason we went that route is that we know that the companies are very strict in terms of their COVID protocols. And so we feel comfortable that people can be safe in this using this transportation. What they require is that everybody wears a mask. The driver wears a mask. All of the riders have to wear a mask. The driver can refuse a rider entry into the vehicle if they don't have a mask. And of course, the rider can refuse to get in if the driver doesn't have on one. We ask them to bring sanitizer so they can keep the space clean that they're in. No one can sit in the front seat with the driver. In any of the vehicles, they can only sit in the back seat. And then people can also open the windows. They can ride with the windows down. In fact, I was hearing, I wasn't aware of this until recently, and I heard this actually from one of the riders who said that the Lyft and Uber drivers have to keep at least a couple of inches, their windows down a couple of inches, throughout the day. So we went that route because we knew that they had very safe protocols in place, and we felt that we could keep our riders safe by having them follow those protocols.
Well, this sounds really great news, Norma. But if I need to go to the polls, I call the number that's scrolling beneath us right now. And does the driver take me home also?
Yeah, this is how that works. You do call that number. And of course, I'm just going to say it out loud. The number is 414-246-1823. So you call the number and you get a person on the live person who's going to arrange this ride for you. It only takes a few minutes to arrange a ride. You don't have to have a cell phone, but we do encourage people to bring their cell phones because you're going to need a phone to call us back. The driver takes you to the polls, but they won't wait for you. And of course, with the long lines, if you go to the certain locations, you're going to be there a while. So when you're finished, you take your time. When you're finished, you call the same number back, and there'll be someone on the other end who can take you back home. Both trips are free.
Well, this sounds fantastic, Norma. Again, I thank you so much for the work that you're doing with Souls to the Polls and organizing this transportation. I know it's no small task. And once again, that phone number is 414-246-1823. Norma, thank you. Take care now.
Thank you very much. Bye now, Matthew.
Bye-bye.